You guys, I was just thinking about this because earlier my son was on his iPad and he like codes like I don't know, not programs, like he codes like characters dancing and stuff, like, you know what I mean? Like he does stuff like that. So I guess he was making a sound effect, but it sounded like this really loud, like irritated noise. And I'm like, what the heck is the problem, man? And he was like, MJ, please, I'm grunting. I guess whatever he was like programming needed a grunting sound effect. It reminded me, okay. So like I say, I'm a very like animated person. Like I'm pretty like lively and extroverted, whatever. Most of the time anyways. And that's an issue for me, okay? It's not an issue because I love who I am. I do. I know a lot of people that, if you loved who you are, you wouldn't be trying to change. Listen, it's not about wanting to change. It's about the fact that sometimes in public, you gotta assimilate for safety just to blend in and not be noticed as much. I know I did a great job of that by tattooing King on my neck. I know. Anyways, the reality is most men, they're not very animated and stuff in public, and the reason is because society like expects men to not be like super emotional and shit. And I wasn't raised as a boy, I was raised as a little girl. That's just reality. It is what it is. So there are things I've had to like learn, like how to sit, how to like walk sometimes, how to like just carry myself in certain situations. But one thing I always fail at, besides my wave, is that I'm just a very bubbly, animated person. And I noticed like it would be awkward because like when I'd see like guys in public, I would be like, you know, I'd smile and stuff, and they don't do that. Most men don't do that. So I asked my husband, I'm like, hey, when you like lock eyes, like I know this is sounding real intimate right now, but like no, seriously, like when you lock eyes with a dude in public, just friendly, like what do you do to acknowledge them, like so you don't seem like an asshole? And my husband's like, I don't know, dudes just kind of grunt at each other. I'm like, you grunt? He's like, yeah, you know, you just kind of like, and then he like did an impression of the grunt. Sounded natural. I'm like, oh, okay. So I just kind of go like, huh. And he's like, oh my God, don't ever do that. So that was out, you know what I mean? Another time we were out in public, and here's the thing, okay? I've been transitioning for like almost a decade. One of the biggest honors as a trans guy, okay, is when you're in public and an older dude calls you buddy. Not only did you pass, but you've reached like a level of honor and respect that just feels fantastic, okay? So I'm out in public, and I think this dude like was holding the door or whatever, and I was like, oh, thank you. And he's like, oh, no problem, buddy. And you know at that moment, you just passed, okay? So I like quietly said to my husband, I'm like, oh my God, I just passed because he just called me buddy. I'm gonna melt. My husband is like, stop it. Stop melting. You're gonna give it away.